Hello everyone, how are you? Okay, so earlier today I came across a website that had a list of interesting facts about Italy, and I thought it would be fun to come here and read those facts and say if I agree with them, if I don't agree with them, or if I knew about them already or not. So yeah, let's read those facts. The first fact is its proper name is Repubblica Italiana, that means Italian Republic. I don't think that's a shock because a lot of countries have different names. Brazil, it's also not called Brazil officially, so I don't know, I think that's very normal. Rome, its capital city, was founded in 753 before Christ. I didn't know that, but I knew that Rome was founded before Christ because it's the Roman Empire that killed him. So yeah, it makes sense to me. Religion is predominantly Christian. Roman Catholics are 90%. Also makes sense. If you think about it, Latin countries in general are Catholic countries. So Italy, Portugal, Spain, France, I also think it's Catholic. All of Latin America is Catholic. So the Catholic Church is very strong in Latin countries. The official language is Italian as well as German, and in some regions in northern Italy. I didn't know German was an official language. That's new for me. I know when I went to the north, really to the north, close to the border between Italy and Austria, there were the signs, they were all written in Italian and German. But I didn't know German is considered an official language in Italy. I didn't know about that. There are more than 200 different shapes of Italian pasta. I also didn't know that. I know there are a lot of shapes, but 200, it's so much. Yeah, I didn't know about that. But I love Italian pasta. There are a lot of different shapes. Cheese the same way, there are a lot of different cheeses here in Italy. There's a bigger variety than what I'm used to. Pizza was invented in Napoli around 1860. I also knew, I didn't know the date, but I knew that pizza was invented in Napoli. I even went to the oldest pizzeria in the world. It's very interesting. But it's actually not the most famous pizzeria in Napoli. The most famous ones, I think, are Sorbillo and Da Michele. But the oldest one isn't any of those, but I went to all of them actually. The Italian pizza is very different than what I'm used to. What I'm used to is more similar to American pizza, I would say, with a lot of filling. Italian pizza has a very thin layer, and the layer is how can I say it? I don't know how to explain. Wait. You can pull it, you know? It has it's more elastic than the normal pizza that I'm used to. Also, in general, it has a lot of tomato sauce and only a little bit of cheese. And here, people eat a whole pizza on their own. I'm used to a pizza with 8 pieces, 4 people can eat them. So each person eats 2 pieces. That's in Brazil because the pizza is different. But here the pizza is very light, so it's not that hard to eat a whole pizza. Margherita, that is the most famous one. Not all people in Italy speak proper Italian, but one of its many Italian dialects. Some of the older people can either speak Italian, but only the local dialect, or will speak only German when living in the northern region of Alto Adige, or French dialect in the Valle d'Aosta. I heard a lot about dialects. In Napoli they have a very strong dialect. It's very weird, in my opinion. Until today I cannot figure out how Napolitan sounds, the dialect. Because I don't know, the only way that I know that people are speaking Napolitan is because I'm in Napoli and I see that the people are Napolitan and they're not talking in Italian. That's the only way I can recognize Napolitan. But if let's say I'm outside Italy and I see I just hear Napolitan, I'm not gonna recognize the language. It's very weird to me, and it's very different. It's not like just an accent. Like Italians say, like let's say an Italian from Napoli is not going to understand the dialect from Rome. They just don't understand each other. And the German, I find it interesting, but as I said, when I was in the north, I've seen that they have a lot of German. And I remember once I was going to Brazil and I sat next to an Italian lady. She was an older lady, and we were talking in Italian, and I saw that she had a very strong German accent. So now it makes sense to me, like there are some people that don't even speak Italian and they only speak German. And about French, I didn't know. I didn't know they had like a French speaking area. In the south of Italy, you find Italy's 3 active volcanoes: Vesuvius near Naples, Etna on Sicily, and Stromboli off the coast of Italy. I know about Vesuvius. I see Vesuvius every day because I live like very close to it. I mean, I can see from my balcony. It's actually the volcano that exploded and destroyed Pompeii. I already made like theories with my friends. What would we do if Vesuvius started getting into eruption? But hopefully that's never gonna happen. It's just it takes a really long time for a volcano to be considered not active anymore. So that's why Vesuvius is still considered active. The colors of the Italian flag represent 3 virtues: hope in green, faith in white, and charity in red. I didn't know about that. I didn't know the colors had meanings, because a lot of flags around the world have like 3 colors or something, but I didn't know about that. That's interesting. Italy is founding member of the European Union and NATO. I think I knew about that already, because in school I had to study about European Union and NATO and all of those things. No, NATO I didn't know. I thought the founder of NATO was only considered the US. Yeah, NATO I didn't know. The EU I knew. During the Second World War, Italy sided with Nazi Germany. I also knew about that. I don't know if everyone studies history as deep as we do in Brazil, but in Italy they had their own Hitler. They had Mussolini. But nowadays, like, most people know about Germany. They talk about Nazi Germany, but people forget that Italy was just like Germany. They had their own leader that said basically the same things, and I think a lot of people don't know that. The country was under a dictatorship for 20 years. That's when Mussolini was there, as I said, from 1925 to 1945. Tourists throw 1 million euros into the Trevi fountain each year. I knew about that and then donated to charity. I think it's interesting. I think when I went there I did throw something, because I don't know, I like being a tourist, to be honest. I know people are going to think like, oh, it's stupid to throw a coin into the fountain, but I don't know, I think it's interesting, and it's not like a coin of what, 50 cents that is going to change my life. And yeah, I love doing touristic things. The Sistine Chapel welcomes over 20,000 visitors per day. That's a lot. I went to the Sistine Chapel. It's very beautiful. For those of you that don't know, it's the chapel that on top it was all painted by Michelangelo. I think it's Michelangelo that it was painted. So like, it's not just a chapel, it's a masterpiece, honestly. Like, it's very beautiful, but it's really hard to go there. Like, if you want to go there, just know you're gonna wait probably 2 to 3 hours just to get there, because you need to wait in the line to get into the Vatican. And then like, you go inside the building, and in this building there are a lot, like on the sides On the sides there are a lot of paintings, and there are some small rooms that you can see a lot of sculptures and stuff like that. And there are a lot of people, so you can't walk fast. You need to walk slowly and wait for everyone. So it takes a really long time to get to the Sistine Chapel. But once you get there, it's very nice. You have to be quiet and you can't take any pictures. The guards, they keep yelling at people like, Silenzio! Silenzio means silence. And they keep yelling for people to be quiet. But it's very interesting, it's very beautiful. But you need to be patient. And you need to pay to get in there. To get into the... what's the name? Is it Saint Peter? No. The huge church they have. Yeah, I think it's San Pedro, no? I don't know, I forgot the name. But you know, there is that huge church. To get in there is a different way. You just need to go in, you don't need to pay. You just can't be wearing shorts and you can't be showing your shoulders, so be aware of that. But it's also very beautiful, and like you can walk, you can talk, you can take pictures. I think it's easier to go than the Sistine Chapel, but of course the Sistine Chapel like has a lot of paintings on top. It's a different thing. Italy is the 5th most visited country in the world. Also makes a lot of sense to me. I see tourists here all the time. Like now in quarantine, I miss the tourists because they are always happy, you know. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Italy has like Rome, Milan, Venice. Napoli is not even the most visited city, but close to here we have Capri. Like in summer, all the famous people like Beyonce, the Kardashians, whatever, they all go to Capri, so makes a lot of sense that they have a lot of tourists here. Italy is the oldest population in Europe. I also knew Italy had a very old population. I wasn't sure if it was the oldest, but it is. The average age here is 46.3. And it's the 2nd oldest country in the world. The oldest is Japan, that the average is 46.9. The first ever bank started in Italy, the Bank of San Giorgia in Genoa, opened in 1149. That's so long ago. Like you guys, Italy like has so much history. Honestly, imagine it has the first bank in the world. The Bologna University is the oldest university in Europe. It was founded in, I think it was founded in 1080, like something like that. It's a really, really old university. But I think the oldest university in the world is in Morocco. So Bologna is the oldest university in Europe. 14 billion espressos are consumed in Italy each year. That's a lot, but Italians love espressos. It's actually very strong and just a little bit. And I'm used to espresso. In Brazil, we also drink a lot of espresso. It's not like the American coffee that is very, very weak. But even for me, like their coffee is very strong. Italy is similar to Brazil. Like we love to drink coffee. We're not really big fans of tea. I realized that. Like a lot of countries love tea, everyone likes to drink tea, a lot of my classmates like tea. I don't really mind tea, I love coffee. It's bad luck to place bread upside down on the table. I've never heard of that, but at the same time I've never received bread upside down when I went to a restaurant, so I don't know. I think this is something Italians that live in an Italian family would know. I've never heard of that before. Italians eat their salad for dessert. No. I've never seen that. I've never seen anyone do that. What I see is they have salad, then they have the first course, that is usually pasta, and then they have the second course, that is protein, meat, chicken, whatever. But I've never seen anyone eating salad as dessert. That's just weird. Well guys, so I think that's it. I hope you got to know a little bit more about Italy. Italy is a very nice country, it's a very interesting country, especially for people that like history. It's very nice. Even though it's a hard country to live in, especially as a foreigner, it's a very nice country. It has a lot of nice things. Well, so that's it. Bye!